Hare. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gurudev ki jai. Namah Vishwapadaye Krishna Bhutale Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Prabhupada Gaudesh Kasam Bhaktivedanta Namah Vishwapadaye Krishna Bhutale Śrīmad Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pachane Nirvishesha Shrunivadi Paschatta Desitane. Hare Krishna everyone, thank you for joining. Today is a very auspicious day that our life, that we are in presence of Krishna. Krishna is here personally. Radha Vallabh, Jagannath, Balaram, Subhadra, Prahlad, Narasimha, Shri Gaur Nitai, and the whole parampara. And today we will see, again continuing, how Gajendra was very fortunate as well. That Lord personally came and saved him. The same is happening for us as well. Krishna has personally appeared here in this wonderful way and personally saving us. So let us continue the glories of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, that is Krishna and his devotees' glories, and then hopefully our life is successful. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajjakacharya Astata Shri Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Gurudev ki Jai Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajjakacharya Astata Shri Śrīmad Bhāgavatam A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. ISKCON and BBT Founder-Acharya Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajjakacharya Astata Shri Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananda Gurevashrant ki Jai. Namacharya Hadash Thakur ki Jai. Sisko Swamis ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर धाम की जय। श्री नवदीप धाम की जय। गंगा मैया की जय। यमुना मैया की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। श्याम वेत भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are continuing our reading of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. This is Canto 8. Canto 8 is about withdrawal of the cosmic creation. And we are on chapter 3, that is Gajendra's prayers prayers of surrender. Gajendra is in elephant body. Gaja Indra. So he is the king of elephants. And he is offering his prayers of surrender to Lord. And of course, we have started his prayers. And today we are reading verse 13. So please repeat after me. Kshetragnaya Namaha Tubhyam Sarva Adhyakshaya Shakshine Paramatma or Purushaya Atma Mulaya Mula Prakrite Namaha Kshetragnaya Namatobhyam Sarva Dyakshaya Shakshine Purushatma Mulaya Mula Prakritaye Namaha Kshetragnaya Namastubhyam Sarvadhyakshaya Sakshine Purushayatma Mulaya Mula Prakritaye Namaha Kshetragnaya Namastubhyam Sarvadhyakshaya Sakshine Purushayatma Mulaya Mula Prakritaye Namaha Kshetragnaya Namastubhyam Sarvadhyakshaya Sakshine Purushatma Mulaya Mula Prakritaye Namaha Kshetragnaya Namastubhyam Sarvadhyakshaya Sakshine Purushayatma Mulaya Mula Prakritaye Namaha Kshetragnaya Namastubhyam Sarvadhyakshaya Sakshine Purushayatma Mulaya Mula Prakritaye Namaha Kshetragnaya Namastubhyam Sarvadhyakshaya Sakshine Purushayatma Mulaya Mula Prakritaye Namaha Kshetragnaya Namastubhyam Sarvadhyakshaya Sakshine Purushayatma Mulaya Mula Prakritaye Namaha Kshetragnaya Namastubhyam Sarvadhyakshaya Sakshine Purushatma Mulaya Mula Prakritaye Namaha. Okay, thank you. Kshetragnaya, onto the one who knows everything of the external body. Namaha, I offer my respectful obeisances. Tubhyam, onto you. Sarva, everything. Adhyakshaya, who are superintending, managing. Sakshine, who are the witness. Paramatma or Antaryami. Purushaya, the Supreme Person. Atma Mulaya, who are the original source of everything. Mula Prakritaye, onto the Purush Avatar, the origin of Prakriti and Pradhan. Namaha, I offer my respectful obeisances. So, translation purports in the Parampara presented by Srila Prabhupada. Translation: I beg to offer my respectful obeisances unto you, who are the Super Soul, the superintendent of everything, and the witness of all that occurs. You are the Supreme Person, the origin of material nature, and of the total material energy, that is Pradhan. You are also the owner of the material body. Therefore, you are the supreme, complete. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Let us read responsibly. Repeat. I beg to offer my respectful obeisances unto you, who are the super soul, the superintendent of everything, and the witness of all that occurs. You are the supreme person, the origin of material nature and of the total material energy. You are also the owner of the material body. Therefore, you are the supreme complete. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verse 3, the Lord says, Kshetragnam chapi mam viddhi sarva kshetrashu bharata. O Shrine of Bharat, that is, O Arjun, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies. Every one of us is thinking, I am this body, or this is my body. But actually, the truth is different. Our bodies are given to us by the Supreme Proprietor. The living entity, who is also Kshetragna, or the knower of the body, is not the body's only proprietor. The actual proprietor of the body is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is the Supreme Kshetragna. For example, we may rent and occupy a house, but actually the owner of the house is the landlord. Similarly, we may be allotted a certain type of body as a facility with which to enjoy this material world, but the actual proprietor of the body is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is called Sarvadaksha because everything in the material world works under his supervision. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 10, wherein the Lord says, Maya dakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam. This material nature working under my direction, O son of Kunti, is producing all moving and unmoving beings. From Prakriti, or material nature, come so many varieties of living entities, including aquatics, plants, trees, insects, birds, animals, human beings and demigods. Prakriti is the mother and the Supreme Personality Godhead is the father. Aham bija pradah pita. Prakriti can give us material bodies, but as spirit souls, we are parts and parcels of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, verse 7. Mame vamsa jiva loka jiva bhuta sanatanaha. The living entity, being part and parcel of God, is not a product of this material world. Therefore, the Lord is described in this verse as Atma Mula, the origin source or original source of everything. He is the seed of all existence. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam. In Bhagavad Gita chapter 14 verse 4, the Lord says, Sarva yonishu kaunteya nrityaya sambhavantiya tasham brahma muhat yonir aham bija pradah pita. It should be understood that all living entities in all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature. And that I am the seed-giving father. Plants, trees, insects, aquatics, demigods, beasts, birds and all other living entities or entities are sons or parts and parcel of the Supreme Lord. But because they are struggling with different mentalities, they have been given different types of bodies. Mana sastrani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. Thus they have become sons of Prakriti or material nature, which is impregnated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Every living entity in this material world is struggling for existence, and the only salvation or relief from the cycle of birth and death is the evolutionary process, is full surrender. This is indicated by the word Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmitam Yena Tashmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhamitamasya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagadapade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrinda Vaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Narmami Haripriya Vancha Kalpa Darubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Wow, what a wonderful verse and the translation, the purport. Srila Prabhupada has given everything in the purport. Just very quickly we can go through the background that we are hearing the prayers of Gajendra. And we will see, and we started seeing that he is a devotee from the past life as well. He is just remembering and then he is offering his prayers to Lord. And where he is offering the prayers? In the lake, in the very beautiful lake. And why did he go to there? Because he was living there. We heard in the previous chapter that he was living in this wonderful place in Trikuta mountain. Very beautifully explained. And then he is the king of elephants. He is a big king. He has all the facilities, all the luxury, and he has a big family as well. So naturally he wants to spend nice time with them, having a nice time in this wonderful atmosphere. So he was roaming around and then he came to this lake, and then of course he started taking bath, and then he did many wonderful activities like water activities with his family. But then what happened? All of a sudden he felt something. Oh, what is there happening in my feet? And initially he thought, maybe something. It just touched, there are so many fishes, so many things growing up inside plants, etc. And then he realized, no, this is grabbing, and that is crocodile. And then initially he started struggle to save himself. Naturally that's what we will do. And then this goes on for how many years? 1,000 years. 1,000 years. The struggle is going on. And then finally, by Krishna's mercy, he is realizing that I can't do it by myself. I can't save myself. I have to take a help. And whose help I should take? And that is Lord's help. Only He can save me from this situation. And now he started praying. So from one perspective we can see an elephant. Consider an insect offering prayers. We are also animal, human beings. It's one of the animal. From the whole 84 million, we can see 8,400,000 species of life. We are also one of them. So here, Jai, welcome Prabhu. We are hearing that he is offering prayers. So how come an elephant can offer? Because ultimately we have to realize that here Srila Prabhupada has nicely put it in a purport that Kshetragnam chapi mam viddhi sarva kshetrashu bharata. That, O scion of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies. Every one of us is thinking, I am this body or this is my body. But actually, the truth is different. Our bodies are given to us by the Supreme Proprietor. So, an elephant, that soul within that elephant body, the person, he is realizing that I am not this body. I am a spirit soul, part and parcel of God, Krishna. Now let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Him. Only He can save me from this situation. What situation? Later on we will see that He's talking about what situation? Is He talking about saving Himself from this crocodile's mouth? No. We will see what prayer He is offering deeply. Again continuing. So, this is why we can offer prayers. And very wonderful thing about this is even 1,000 years went away in this struggle, but Krishna gave him intelligence at the right moment that he could remember Krishna, and then he could offer prayers to Krishna. I mean, this is what we are so fortunate that by Guru and Gauranga's mercy, we are given this wonderful process of doing the devotional service. When we chant Hare Krishna, when we offer our prayers, when we do the activities, these activities are not helping us for time being, but it will help us eternally in whatever situation we may be in future. At least that is for certain. And how we can understand this? Because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, verse 15, Sarvasya chaham hridisini visto matasmite gnanam apohanam cha. Because He is seated in our heart, He is seated in every living entity's heart. He gives the remembrance, forgetfulness and knowledge through which we can come to Him or go away from Him. So here, in the case of this elephant, wonderful personality, he's recalling that, oh yes, I used to offer the prayers, not in this life, in the past life, in the previous life. So how wonderful, merciful Krishna is that He is reminding us. And that's the beauty of this process. Even if we do little, there is a great chance. Trayato mahato bhayat. There is a great chance that He will deliver us from any situation of our life. He can do it. And we can see the previous examples. He has done it many times. And He will continue doing it. We see the example here. Krishna's promise. He says in Bhagavad Gita, which chapter? Chapter 9, verse 31. He says, my devotee never perishes. That, O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. So this is what He is showing us through this example of elephant, Gajendra, that even in the midst of these miseries, if you remember me, I will deliver you. And here, Prabhupada writes that, for example, we may rent or occupy a house, but actually the owner of the house is landlord. Similarly, we may be allotted a certain type of body as a facility with which to enjoy this material world, but the actual proprietor of the body is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So He is our master. So it was natural for elephant, or it was natural for Gajendra to pray. Similarly, it will be natural, it is natural for us to seek shelter of Krishna in the crisis, especially in crisis. In good time we may forget Him, we should not, but that's how it can happen. But especially in the miseries, we will remember Him. Certainly we should remember Him. That should be our goal. Because here we should understand that whatever situation it may be, here Krishna says, Sarva Dakshana, because everything is happening by the superintendent or by the arrangement of Krishna. Ultimately, He is the controller, maintainer and destroyer. He does everything. So, it will be natural for us if we take shelter of Krishna. The material nature working under my direction, son of Kunti, is producing all moving and unmoving beings. Moving, we are moving. We are living entities. Including the aquatics, plants, trees, insects, birds, animals, human beings and demigods. What to speak of us? Even the aquatics, plants, trees. So, of course, it doesn't mean we have to wait for the next, this kind of body, whether it's elephant body or whether it's a tree's body. It doesn't mean that we wait and we test Krishna that, whether he will save me. He's already doing it. We can see the examples. If we see the examples in the Vedic examples, another example which we can think of, similar situation, is Ajamil's pastime. Ajamil also, at the time of death, now the Yamdutas are coming, very fearful. Here crocodile represents what? Death. For Gajendra, he knows he is in the water, he is losing the strength, and now it's just a moment left and I'm gone, I'm dead. And the crocodile, he has hold Gajendra's feet such a way that it's impossible for Gajendra and family members to escape. It's impossible. He's just holding so tightly, and it's in the water. The situation is that if it was a land, different situation. Maybe he has more strength, but he's in the water and he's holding so tightly. And also, previously we read that he was angry. Now, crocodile was angry and then he grabbed. So when someone is in anger mood or angry, then he will apply double strength. That's what we see. Like he will apply more than double strength to get something, to harass someone. Here, the same thing is happening with Gajendra. So then he is realizing, my Lord, my Master, even this body belongs to Lord. Let me offer my respectful obeisances. Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. You are the supreme origin of everything. You are the supreme. Somehow you have created this situation. And that's what we should realize in our life. Somehow, whatever facilities we may have, whatever facilities we don't have, all these are coming by Krishna's mercy. Whether it's in the form of our karma or whether it's in the form of Krishna's arrangement. Somehow they are coming and we should utilize the facilities. Thinking both ways, whether it's a miserable situation or a good situation. We should take every opportunity to offer our prayers to Krishna. Every opportunity. It's a privilege. I was listening one lecture and the devotee is in question and answer. He was sharing. He asked the question in form of realization, at the same time question as well. So he said, sometimes we feel like it's a privilege. It's a privilege to do something for Krishna. And then it was Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. He answered that yes, it is our privilege. We should take every opportunity, not only miserable situation, but we should take every opportunity to offer our respects, our obeisances to Krishna. Because we never know, these obeisances, with the full heart, the service we will do, we never know when it will be useful in our next journey. Even in Golok Vrindavan, we could be there and naturally we will be there. But there also we will remember, and that's very nice. And also in the material world, it may be whatever form we may be, but we will remember that at Melbourne Mahaprabhu Mandir, we did wonderful kirtan in the Guru Puja. Prabhupada Guru Puja, we did wonderful kirtan, chanting, dancing. And that may remind us of different prayers, at least Hare Krishna, and that's it. We go back. And that's what happened to Gajendra, we will see. Anyway. We discuss about Mame Vamsha Jiva Bhuta. Every living entity is part and parcel of Krishna. So that means it was natural for Gajendra to offer prayers. And similarly, it is natural, better to take shelter of Krishna rather than of our mind, because that's what happens. Another example we can see is Uttara. So Uttara also took the shelter of Krishna, especially when Aswathama released that Brahmastra, and there is a danger to the child in the womb. Then she approached. She could have gone to some other family members, but then she realized, no, only Krishna can help. So she approached Krishna. And Krishna, of course, naturally saved him. Then we see the example of Kunti Maharani and Pandavas. They also offer respectful obeisances, especially Kunti Devi's prayers. We know she is praying, actually she is praying for Krishna's association, Krishna's service, Krishna's presence in her life. Not that she is praying for more miseries, but then naturally, Krishna will naturally come. If the miserable situation is there, Krishna will naturally, he does come, but then we will realize more deeply in this situation. When we have a mood of gratitude, when we have a mood of dependency on Krishna, when we have a mood of surrender, then we will realize Krishna more. Of course, we discuss about Ajamil's pastime. And then we can discuss about the similarly situation. Srila Prabhupada narrated this prayer or this pastime to one of his disciples, that is Madhudvesha Prabhu. He wonderfully utilized this whole pastimes, and he said, that's okay. Because Madhudvesha Prabhu, he was sannyasi, then later he became a grihastha, now he has a son. And then deep within he was feeling, oh, what I have done, like this. And then still, somehow he still has so much affection. He understands the value of having Srila Prabhupada in his life and this Krishna consciousness life. So once he approaches Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada said, yes, you come over. And I think he went to India, yes, from USA. And then, of course, he had a darshan of Prabhupada, and then Prabhupada said, where is your wife? And that time Prabhupada narrated this, that, Gajendra, he was in that situation, crocodile, and now it's a death situation. And then he took shelter of Krishna. Similarly, we may be in this ashram, we may be in that ashram. Doesn't matter. The main thing is taking shelter of Krishna. We may be in that situation, we may be in that situation, doesn't matter. The main point is take shelter of Krishna. And also, sometimes it's very difficult that we may be in different situation and that's not sustaining our Krishna consciousness. Then we may take a different approach and then we remain in Krishna consciousness. Similarly, like Madhudvesha Prabhu taking grihastha life, having kids, having at least one kid. So, similarly here, Gajendra was in this situation that it was not natural for him. He was not on the land. So, for us, it's not natural that we are here in this material world. Yeah, it's not natural. This is a foreign land for us. The more we realize this, the more we will beg Krishna for deliverance. And we will see in the next few verses what he's praying for, the deliverance. So, the more we realize that we are in this situation of birth, death, old age and disease, even as devotees, because we can go back to 6 Goswamis, and then what prayer? Last one. What's the last word? The last verse. Guru. Yeah. Hey Radhe Vrajadevi Ke Chalalite. They are living in Vrindavan, but they are hankering for Krishna, Radha Krishna's association, Radha Krishna's service. Even though they are having personal association, personal service with Radha Krishna, but still they are hankering. So the mood is dependency. The mood is that I still haven't achieved, I still haven't got connection with Radha Krishna. Let me connect myself. I am so desperate. I am in this miserable situation. Let me connect. And we can see Prabhupada's own example as well. That he went to overseas, that is, of course, different countries, started with USA, and then he offered his deep prayer to Krishna. That you have brought me here, now it's up to you, my Lord. I am just your puppet. Make me dance, make me dance. So similarly, in our situation, it could be a little, small situation, but the point is taking shelter of Krishna. First thing we have to consider is, oh, am I remembering Krishna? Am I surrendering to Krishna? You know, because nowadays it's very easy to take shelter of so many things, especially we have YouTube available, we have Google search available, we have so many different drugs available. Another wonderful example I can relate in this situation is, I'm not sure whether you have all read this wonderful book by His Holiness Vardhana Swami, Journey Home and Journey Within. In this one, he narrates wonderful situation. Similarly, how Krishna is helping. Yeah, of course, Krishna helped Gajendra maybe millions of years back. Especially Gajendra struggled for 1,000 years, and then he was still not getting success in releasing himself. He was so desperate. But then for us, it doesn't mean that Krishna will wait that long, 1,000 years struggle, because our life is not even maybe 100 years. So Krishna will give us help, and He's already giving, but then we have to realize. So this is wonderful. Of course, I won't disclose the whole thing. I wish you read, and it's so wonderful. If you read the way Maharaj narrated, he started this as a lecture. Why I am so late for the lecture? And then he started this whole situation, incident. So they are at the airport. Radharana Swami Maharaj is at the airport in USA, somewhere in USA. He has just finished many different programs. He is exhausted, that's what he has written. He is exhausted. He is sitting in far corner of the airport, waiting for the call for boarding the airplane to go to some other city in USA. And there was an announcement that there is a flight delay, and the plane will be maybe 1 hour delay. And all of a sudden there is a big bang on the floor, and everyone sees in that direction. One lady, about 57 years old, she has dropped everything, like bag or something, like throw it on the floor in anger, in upset, in agitation. And she called out, "No, you can't do this." Like so much agitation, "You can't do this." And everyone is looking at her. She went to the reception, and then she inquired, "No, put me in the next flight immediately, now. You must find a flight now. I'm demanding. You can't do this." And they say, "Ma'am, it's not possible. We don't have any flight to this city now. Even other airlines, it's not possible. No, you can't do this." "No, ma'am, understand. This is the situation." Anyway, somehow she went back. And then she looked around, and she finds someone, very bright person, effulgent person, in the corner, in the far corner. And who is that person? Radharana Swami. You know, he's wearing saffron color, different than everyone else. And she approaches. And of course, Radharana Swami Maharaj, he has written, "Why me?" I mean, he was thinking, "Oh, looks like she is coming to me. And he is thinking, not me. I mean, see, he has presented this way, so I'm just presenting. It's like he was thinking maybe I'm exhausted and also her situation, like she is so much in agitation and he's praying already. How can I help her? Like, what will I do? I don't have any strength now that I can help her. But now she is approaching me, and then she came and, are you a monk? And Maharaj said, something like that. And then the conversation started. And then she asked, tell me, why God is doing this to me? This is the question. And the same question I ask myself as well. The same question. You work very hard to become a good surgeon, doctor. You study 20 hours a day for 2 years. And then all of a sudden you miss out by 2 marks or 4 marks. And your situation, your intention is good. I want to help others. I don't want to make money, but I want to help others. I want to be a good doctor so that I can help others. And then all of a sudden you don't achieve. And then you say, oh, why God is doing this to me? Why? Why it happened to me? I had a good intention, I had good intelligence, I had a sincere efforts, I did everything best of my thing, and still I didn't achieve. Why God did this to me? The same question she is asking. She is asking, monk, tell me. So then, of course, she asked, okay, what should I call you? And Maharaj said, oh, my name is Radhan Swami, and you can call me Swami. And then, why God has done this to me? And then, of course, Maharaj, very nicely, in the prayer mood, a prayerful mood, said, sit down, let's have a discussion, a talk. And then, first question he asked, tell me, what is in your heart? And then later, if you read, please read, you can find on a ISKCON Desire blog. I read this many years back, about 10 years now? Yeah, about 10 years back. And every time I read it again and again, it's wonderful. Anyway, she went back, the discussion is going on. And then finally, in between, she said, I am so desperate for love. I'm so desperate for love. I want, in my heart, I'm looking for love. And then she opened up that what happened to her, why she is behaving. That you have to find out. I'm not going to disclose, but it's very, very, we can see externally people may behave differently. Internally they are hankering for love. Externally, we can see Gajendra is in this pitiful situation. Externally, it may look like he's praying for deliverance from this crocodile. But now he's coming to that realization, no, internally I'm so desperate for the association of Krishna. I just don't want this repetition of birth, death, old age and disease. I have created this situation for myself. Now I want to go back to Krishna. And that we will see in the next few verses, that he is praying like that. So now he is not caring for the body, rather he just wants to associate with Lord. So, and then later on, Maharaj nicely explained everything. And finally, of course, Maharaj gave the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the ultimate shelter. And that's the prayer. Gajendra got the prayer from his previous life as in King Indradumna. He got that prayer somehow in the Guru Parampara. His Guru must have taught him the prayers, the devotional life. And he remembered. Similarly here we can see Krishna through his agency, through his agent, that is Maharaj here, Radharana Swami Maharaj. He is saving this lady, 57 years old lady, and later on they declare that flight eventually became late for 6 hours. 6 hours. And AC was not working, toilet was not working. And now they have to fly maybe 2 hours or at least, something like that. So consider this pathetic situation. All these 50 people sitting in the airplane, no AC, no toilet. Everyone was so agitated. It says, Maharaj has written that way, that it says that everyone was so desperate, so agitated, only 2 people were happy on the whole journey. One is Maharaj, of course, and the other one is this lady. Now, how that transformation, please search ISKCON Desire Tree, Dorothy. So D-O-R-O-T-H-Y, Dorothy. When I read first time, since then I remember this name clearly. I'm not good at remembering names, but this name is gone into heart. So, and similarly, I think recently we read this, Prabhu sent out that book distribution emails. There is a Google group. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Wonderful. So this happened to a lady in Russia, in Kazan. Whether it's recently or previously, I don't know. But this happened. What happened is the book distributor in Russia, Kazan is a place in Russia. Russia is very big. So this person, he and his friend, the devotees, they went out for book distribution. Now maybe they had a time frame that they will do for these hours, and then they will go back, and then they will do something, they will come back. So 3 hours. He didn't or couldn't distribute even a single book for 3 hours. Now consider his situation. He's so desperate, because that's the whole purpose of going out on the books, You want to give the books, you want to distribute. But then it's not happening. So similarly, Gajendra, he wants to get rid of this misery, the death, the jaw of crocodile, but it's not happening. So how desperate he is. And similarly here, this devotee, he wants to distribute the book to save someone, but it's not happening. How desperate he is. And then he comes in a prayerful mood. That 3 hours limit is coming to end. Now Krishna, please. And that time something happened. What happened is one lady approached, elderly lady, about maybe 70 something. She approached and say straight away, first question in Kazan language or some other language is mentioned. He says, do you have the book, The Song of God? Now this person, he become hang on, of course, India, on the street, if you see Indians coming to you asking for Bhagavad Gita, no problem, that's okay. Maybe Aussies, no problem. But someone far from different country, maybe not have any idea, and coming and telling to you that, can you give me Bhagavad Gita? You feel wow, what's happening? How do you know about Bhagavad Gita? Similarly, he asked, how do you know? She says, Allah told me. Allah told you? Yes. Last night I had a dream. In the dream, I see one very bright person, effulgence. I couldn't see the face, and that's what we see, Brahma Jyoti. We can relate. We have Krishna is behind Brahma Jyoti. If someone is not pure enough from that perspective, then Krishna doesn't reveal straight away. For us, we are very fortunate because of Prabhupada and Guru Parampara that Krishna has revealed his form right in front of our eyes. But this lady, to him he appeared, and he spoke to her that tomorrow one of the book distributor will come, ask him to give you the Song of the Song of God book. I said, okay. And then he said, don't approach him directly. First see what he is doing. Whether he is the same person, then only approach. So see how much deep interest Krishna is showing in everyone's life. Krishna is making sure that he gets the right association. He gets the right person Because there could be so many others distributing so many other things. Krishna is making sure, he is telling that don't approach, just look, watch out and see if he is the person, same person as I described. And he described. And then this lady, and then I could recognize he is Allah because I am Muslim and that's the Muslim province. And I'm praying, throughout whole life I was praying to Allah. And now I'm elderly, I'm looking for that hankering for Krishna's, God's association, Allah's association. And now Allah sent me. He told me. And then this person, he got, and when he was hearing, he was like, of course, the tears of joy. That wow, Krishna is saving. And then all others, all the books, whichever were left, everyone took it. And this poor lady, she didn't have even money, enough money, rubli, to give. He said about 200 it cost maybe. But of course he accepted whatever came. But this is how Krishna is helping us as well. It's not that only Gajendra he saved. He is saving and he will save us. Provided we are hankering, deep within our heart, we are hankering for his seva, his association, his service. Yeah? And from in the concluding point we can say that Krishna's dealings, it's mysterious. It may happen to us immediately, it may not happen to us immediately. Krishna's kindness, loving hands, we may see it immediately, acting immediately, or it may take some time. For Gajendra it took 1,000 years, for us maybe instantly or in this life or next. By Prabhupada's mercy in this life. And of course, ultimately we have to realize that it is not by our strength we will remember Krishna. It is by Krishna's mercy, because that's what he says. Sarvasya chaham hridisine vistav matasmate gnanam apohanam cha. We are not the doer, he is the doer. Only thing we can do is take shelter of him. And rest is up to him, how he wants to reciprocate. We just hanker for his mercy. Tattena kampam subhikshamano. I don't remember the whole verse, but that's what Lord Brahma teaches us. That we just depend on Krishna and he will shower his mercy upon us. And it is natural for us to pray because we are part and parcel of Krishna. So I stop here. If any question. Yes. Yeah.
Prabhu, you had mentioned that prayers are a privilege for us and it is a service we do for Krishna. So my question, we see in Krishna Leela when Brahma was offering prayers to Lord Krishna wasn't very interested in hearing those prayers, but he was much more, he found it much more enjoyable to hear when Mother Yashoda scolded him or whether his friends called him different names to tease him. So my question is, are prayers for our purification or are prayers like to make Lord Krishna happy?
Wow. So the question is, we also hear that Mother Yashoda and other devotees are praying as well, and Krishna becomes happy. At the same time, we are also praying. So these prayers, I mean, their level is different, our level is different. The prayers are for our purification or making Krishna happy. So, see, in your situation, again, time, place, circumstances, from that perspective, candidate. See, if you approach your mother or father for your thing or their thing, what do you think? They will become happy or not? They will become happy, right? Whether you are asking food for yourself or whether you are asking food for your sister or brother, right? They will become happy. Ultimately, the point is you are approaching them. So bottom line is They will become happy because you are approaching them, because there is a relationship. Yeah? They may feel like sometimes you may do something, you don't tell them, but you tell the whole world. Then they may not be happy, because the respect is not there, the love is not there. They feel like, oh, we didn't love you enough that you could disclose, you could tell, you could approach. So the same way, Krishna will be happy. That's what he is showing by this example. That I'm there for you. You just approach me. And why we have to approach him? Because that's our natural position. There's a relationship is like that he is supreme independent and we are minutely dependent. We are minute and we are dependent. So, if we approach him, whether we approach him for our own protection or for his pleasure, he won't mind. The Putana she approached Krishna to kill him, right? But ultimately Krishna saw that, oh, you have approached me to offer your milk to me? Okay, that's my mercy upon you. So now she went back. Kansa approached, but Kansa didn't approach favorably. Other demons, the demons approach, they don't approach Krishna favorably. But if we approach Krishna favorably, whether it's for our purification, whether it's our protection, that's okay. That's what Krishna says. Artho arthachi jigyashu gnani. 4 kinds of people come to me. And then another verse he says is, I just forgot. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Akarma, karma, sarva kamo, moksha kamo. What is that verse? Sarva. Yeah, that verse. Suddha bhakti. Sarva kamo moksha udarati. Akama kamo. 2, 3, 10. Anyway. There is a verse, it says, regardless whether you approach Krishna for your sense gratification from that perspective, whether you are not needing anything, whether you want pure devotional service, the main point is approach Krishna and he will be happy. If you take a shelter of something else and not Krishna, then naturally it's not pleasurable. Thank you.
Prabhuji.
I hope it makes sense.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, yours question. Oh. I hope it's coming.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much for a wonderful class.
Yes, Prabhu.
Tell us something about shelter. And we are taking shelter of Hare Krishna mantra. Do we need some more mantra like Shantakaram, Bhutakshayanam, Padnavam, Suresham, Vishwadharam, Sagasyam?
Yeah, whatever mantra we can take shelter. Yeah. But my understanding is Lord Chaitanya has already given us the best. That is especially in this age, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It has everything. So, we can take shelter of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and that's, even Prabhupada writes in the, I think, somewhere in the previous verse or somewhere I read, he has quoted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So yeah, of course, whichever prayer comes. Here we can see Gajendra is offering different kinds. We can see, if we analyze the prayers, sometimes kind of referring to Bhagavad Gita, sometimes referring to this Ishopanishad, Lord, you are the maintainer, you are the supreme whole, and like that. And then sometimes he is referring to previous verse we saw, he is referring to Lord Narasimha. So, of course, we are hearing everything. So, whichever prayer works for us to connect with Krishna, we take shelter of that prayer. The Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the best, easy, simple. Okay, any other question? Thank you.
And the stages of shelter, how many stages? Some details of shelter.
Sorry, Prabhuji?
Details of shelter to Krishna, how do we? The different types of...
I'm sorry, I'm not getting your question.
Not to worry.
Yeah. And it sounded very deep as well, which I may not have. I'm trying to take shelter. Okay, we stop here then. Granth Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Śrīla Prabhupada ki